Wagwan, my viewers. Let me turn this down before they try to give me copyright. So, I'm home now after that night. I just kind of wanted to do a quick feedback video. Hopefully camera's got me an angle, because that camera looks like it's at a weird ass angle. Sounded like an old man, bruv. Someone's granddad over here. But I just kind of wanted to do a quick update. Ooh, fingers are dry, yeah, fuck. Probably looking like I've been in the desert for the last few hours. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but brava. You know when your skin's starting to scale, and I tend to have pretty nice skin, but yeah, I think it's all the hand washing and oil on my hand from Airsoft earlier. But ooh, I don't like the way that charger's sitting. But yeah, I basically just wanted to do a feedback on tonight. So one thing I will say, Modern Warrior, you've done fucking amazing with the CQB set. There was a lot of, put it this way, it was always going to be hard to please people like me and the team today, because obviously we had been to your original site, or not your original site, but COA's original site. So we had expectation. So that was the first thing. But it's a weird thing, because when I first got in the arena, so yeah, maybe let's start there. When I first got in the arena, I was like, is this it? Like, is this it? But upon reflection at the end of the night now, I'm like, oh, I'm glad that was it, because I feel like if it was any bigger or there was multiple floors and they hadn't got the floors right, like how they got that floor right, I'd be like, fuck this place. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest, bruv. Y'all know me. I give it straight and honest. There's no hard feelings in it. It's just the honest. I spend my fucking money to come to these places, right? But they did well. I would say it would have been nicer if there was one more floor, or it was a little bit bigger, because there was points where you'll see it from the footage if you watch anyway. There's points where we had pressed them and I've had to actively say to the team, and this happened multiple times, I've had to say to the team, guys, ease off them, let them come out their safe zone or their respawn area. But there was points where we were in that same position and they weren't easing off us. We're literally in our safe zone getting shot, or like literally take one step out, boof. By the time you haven't even, I've turned left, boof. Do you know what I'm saying? You will see from the footage even, and I'm not even gonna leave the bad bits in so you guys can see. However, with that being said, you guys did well. Little food area where you can grab drinks and bits and bobs. You got the active shop downstairs, which is really cool. I wish it was open a bit longer, but I get why it's not open, because you have to fund staff to be there and all these things. So there's no judgments on that particular part, because I get it. I'm a businessman too. I understand it. It has to make financial sense if for you to have staff stand up there if they're not serving nobody. Do you get what I'm saying? So 110% don't knock you guys on that. But the shop downstairs was wicked. I like the little refreshments area, simple but effective. I love stuff like that, because there's some places have this mad area for refreshments, and then like it's for no reason kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like one thing I will say, yeah, let me not divert, but one thing I will say, everything felt purpose built. So like like I said, in the dark, I was saying this to Sean earlier, in the dark room, if you've been to the site, or if you haven't gone, go and watch our content from COA. It says it, bro. Welcome to COA. You'll see it on the channel. I was saying to Sean, which is Airsoft Cowboy, earlier, I was saying to them, like, I love what they've done with the dark room, because where we're setting up, that's the dark room. Hopefully you'll see through the footage. That was normally the dark room, and they've done well I feel like that houses more people than what the original seating space did, which was downstairs, which kind of don't make sense, because downstairs technically has more space if you think about it. But I think where you have to consider some of the space has to be used for the shop and all these things, it just didn't work very well in concept down there. So that was something very interesting. Oh, do you know, I just clocked. I'm gonna have to take off the barrel to take off this adapter. How great. It's like Airsoft is never easy. So big well done on that. My point was, everything felt purpose built, from the refreshment area to the shop to what they've done with the shop, because the shop before was atrocious. We appreciate them because they looked after us. I'm not knocking the old people before, like they did well with the place, but I just feel like there was so much room to grow. Like, you know me, I'm a fanatic. I spend a lot of time and money on this shit. Proper fanatics. We want the best out of what we're doing. Judge me if you want, but if you were spending big money on something, you'd want the best at cars. Like, you want the best out of your car, right? So yeah, so everything purpose built, real big thumbs up, well done from me there. The gameplay, the games weren't bad. I loved the target, hit the things on the wall, kill your opponent. That was really cool. So I have no complaints about the game. I like the marshal because I felt like he read the group. I've marshaled myself. I still do marshal myself at points, and I'm gonna come back and do some big boy marshalling at one of the sites next year. I'm not gonna tell you guys which one. Yeah, so I found that interesting because the marshal is like, honestly, 10 out of 10 today. 10 out of 10. Like 10 out of 10. Good little marshal, friendly, made the man them feel comfortable, boss jokes, good vibes. I would, if I was to go there again, I wouldn't want somebody else to marshal me. I would want him. Like, good little marshal. Little wear and tear on my wiring there. Let's see if we can fix that quickly. I'll put some safety tapes. It's not actually damaged, but the safety tape is starting to come loose. I think it's where I've been bending it up over the last few days. So yeah, yeah, marshalling the players. This one I found very, very interesting. So the players, you know, you guys see on the channel, I'm not gonna sit here and bore you. See on the channel, there's bare times I go out and I moan, and it ain't because I'm just a moany bitch or I just want to moan. Like, it would probably be easier to shut my mouth and just not say anything. But you know me, I'm Jamaican and I have to have my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I pay my money. Like I said, nobody, not that I'm throwing shade about this, because I've heard comments about that and I'm like, nah nigga, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, because I'm a paying customer and I pay for my things, it's not like you let me come and play here for free. And even if you let me come and play here for free, my duty of care is to my viewers first and foremost. Well, maybe my team, and then secondly my viewers. And like, one thing I will say, like, we tend to have good vibrations with wherever we go in it, because like, we're cool, like, we're mad cool in it. Like, if you come out with us, you'll see like, yeah, we'll back our own and we have an opinion, and yeah, I'm not gonna knock those things because those things are all the truth, but we're fair. It's why we make friends and all these things. The other players there were really, you'll see throughout the night. Maybe the first, like, and when we first got there, it was that kind of the thing of, because we look like a clique in it, we roll like a clique, we focus on our guys, we kind of stick to ourselves. But they came over, they spoke to us, so I found that really nice, because not every site, the other players are friendly. Like, some of them are stuck up or feel like they're better than you or too nice to speak to you. Or one thing with the guys from tonight, a big well done. Good vibes, had a laugh with us, banter was alright. It took some time for us to get there, but that's like anything, right? You build a relationship, it takes time to develop. Also, the one that gave me your Facebook, if you're watching this video, re-give me your Facebook, because I looked for your name. I'm not going to call out your name and bait you up, but I looked for the name, I couldn't find you. So genuinely, if you see it, I didn't take your name for no reason. I tried to find you. All the other players we took information from, they're now in our groups, brother. So that's what I was saying, sometimes it's just best to switch numbers, but not sound horrible, no loss. I believe everything happens for a reason. So big up the players that were there. What else? The time was good. I felt like we got a good amount of games. There was one moany marshal, but I'm not gonna comment too heavily on him. I more wanna comment on him on the basis of, I just feel like he was unfair. I'm gonna talk and do stuff because I feel like I'm just sitting here looking at a camera, which ain't useful because I got stuff to do and it's late. And I want to go to my bed, bro. It's 2:46. But yeah, like, the only reason why I bring it up is because I felt like he was so unfair to the other marshal. And I'm gonna be honest with you, out of the two marshals, no shade, but he was the better marshal of the night. Like, genuinely, he was the better. Fuck's sake, this mask off mine. Hopefully that will work. But now I feel like you're too over this angle. But yeah, for me personally, he was the better marshal of the two. I'm gonna be honest. And hopefully the camera isn't too low so you can see me. Yeah, hopefully you can see me. So yeah, like, that's the one thing. Like, there was a bit where he must have said something like, "Oh, you should have been listening to bloody radio," and I was a player and I was upset for the other marshal. I was gonna spin and be like, "Who the fuck are you talking to, bro? Like, have some respect." Like, you could have just said to him, "Bro, can you keep it on the radio, please?" I'm marshal, so I know what I'm talking about. I also run a team, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Human interaction, it costs nothing. I get you might be stressed, I get you might upset. You're talking to the king of stressed and upset, but it costs nothing to be, especially when it's you and one guy running the place. Come on, man, be nice. Me and the team did speak about this, and we're like, they didn't need to chat to him like that. Like, he's actually the best guy there. Off the night, I can't speak for anyone else, because I haven't met all their staff, but yeah, he was the best. Like, for me personally, he was the best one of the night, not to toot his own. So yeah, I'll give you guys a thumbs up. I don't think I'm gonna rate it at this stage in terms of, you know, normally I'd be like, oh, 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 or 4.5. I don't think I'm gonna rate it at this stage. Number one, because Sean has a birthday game coming up there, so Airsoft Cowboys birthday soon. So we're gonna go test one more time, and I think it would be different. Let me shut this on the charge while I'm talking. I feel like it would be different when you book and it's all of our team there. Maybe not all our team, but say it was like, I don't know, say it was 10 of us, 15 of us. I don't think, do you know what, that's what I wanted to talk about, the arena size for players, but I'll get there. So yeah, like I said it was like 10, 15 of us. It might not work out the way it did tonight. So in all honesty, this isn't because I had doubt in them, or I don't want them to listen to this and be like, oh, this fucking guy, he's always just trying to find a problem. Nah, it's more, it's like food. If I go to an assess a restaurant, and the restaurant, I'm like, yeah, 10 out of 10, greatest thing ever. It's my job to go back there maybe next week or a month later to see, do things match up here? And I say this just to say this. One thing about my channel is I like transparency. And when we went COA, no shade to COA, but when we went COA, the first 3 or 4 games we were like, best thing ever. And then literally like 2 games after that, it started getting shit. Marshals, acting like bitches. The list goes on. I remember there was a game, I don't know if you guys remember this, there was a game where one of the marshals was playing. This guy's maybe like 15 meters away from me. He's like 2 rooms away. Imagine this. 2 rooms away, but there's gaps in between the rooms. And you can go check the footage, because you see I even left it there just to, I like the evidence, bruv. I like the fucking evidence. So he's 2-3 rooms away. He's walking back to his safe zone. He hasn't got his hand in the air, you know. So I've seen, I'm basically in sniper mode that day. So I'm crouched up there. I'm seeing a head go the opposite way. So I'm like, that's definitely not one of our guys, because our guys would be going that way. So you even watch the footage, bro. You can check if you think I'm capping. Because you'll see all the COA, the dates, the names of the places there, brother. Evidence if you want, my nigga. But yeah, like so I've even waited to confirm. So I've waited because I know the hat. So I'm like, yeah, up. I think everyone, bam, bam, 1, 2. Fucking. And this is a Marshall. I just thought, we've been getting shot all night, bro. Even one of our guys who has epilepsy got shot in his head. You didn't hear me fucking. And to be fair, I should have been fucking that night. Do you know what I'm saying? I should have been, y'all know me, bro. I'll do a mad thing for one of my members, do you get? So, yeah, like, let's not even positive vibration, but y'all know I'll do a mad thing for one of my members, bro. So, I should have moved mad. He was bugging out. Bugging to the extent that one of the marshals had to come over to me and be like, don't let him draw you out. I'm gonna go and chat to him because he's fucking up right now. So I was like, alright, cool. But yeah, so he calling good, marshalling, yeah, friendly, everybody was cool. Like I said, it was just the one interaction between those 2 marshals. I was like, don't talk to him like that, man. He's actually cool. You know what I'm saying? He's actually cool. But that's their business, isn't it? That's Marshall on Marshall, that's the company, and that's nothing to do with us. Last thing I do want to talk on is, oh yeah, and do you know what, one thing I will say, I ran my pistol tonight, and you'll see from the footage, I ran my pistol, I should talk on that, I'm going to talk on that before I end the video quick. I ran my pistol, my SG10 or whatever it's called, S110 or that G&G custom gun, whatever it's called, the Speedsoft thing. I ran that, well, I didn't get to run that because I'm having some feed fucking issue. I think because I've changed out the inner barrel and the hop system, I think the gap between the lip and the mag lip, there's a gap. So once it gets to maybe like, I don't know, like 100 rounds, it just doesn't want to feed anymore. And I think it's just because there's just not enough retention pushing it that little extra inch so that it can keep feeding through. So I'm gonna have to look into some heavy duty mags. I remember that I had some Novarich mags that solved this problem. So I think I might either have to go back to Nogridge or find something high enough spring quality, but that also fits the chamber, because it's not. I tried some PTS, I think they're called PTS mags, in there the other day. The spring on the mag is amazing, but the mag just doesn't want to seat in the gun. I think that's just the easiest way to explain it. The mag just doesn't want to seat in the gun. And I found it interesting because it's the only mag I found that won't seat in that chamber. Like everything seats, some things work better than others, but it's the only. I found this very interesting. It's the PTS one with the. Are they called EPM ones? I think they're called PTS EPM ones, EPMs, something like that. They're basically like, people love them. They brag about them, and they basically kiss the company's ass. I don't think they're great mags, because even the fact that it won't fit a G&G is such a centralized brand across the sport. So I just thought, how is the M4 mag not fitting a G? Each their own. Because like I said, Spectre arms will fit, this will fit, EPMs will fit, Aries will fit, TM mags will fit. I've seen so many mags fit this gun, bro. I think this is the only mag system. Yeah, which is actually a good point. I think this and there was one other, but I think it was my fault, because the mag fit the gun. I just didn't like the fact that I had to go slam to get it in. So technically I have to class that as not a non-fit, because if the alignment lines up wrong and your nozzle from your magazine lines up wrong with your hop, and it's a plastic hop, you're just going to smash the shit out of that, which now you've got a broken hop. So it's why I didn't end up using that. And then lastly, to do with the new CQB Apocalypse site, Edenbridge, because I'm still trying to work out what the hell do they call themselves. Like, what is the actual name of the site? Because we were struggling to find that on the way there as well. Like, because it just seems like, oh, this battery, I'm going to need a new battery soon as well. Because it looks like that's got a wire short. When I put it at a certain angle, it doesn't charge. But I guess that's all the bending up that the battery goes through in that gun. So I probably need to go to short mags, short batteries. The arena status. So last thing, and I'll come off Edenbridge and I'll talk about the Poseidon, because that was actually one of the key parts of tonight, testing the Poseidon in a CQB environment. So where do I start? Nothing bad, trust me, genuinely nothing bad. But feedback, because they did say this, they would like feedback. I feel like if we played in the arena that we played in today with more than 14 players, we'd have a problem. Watch the footage, have a look at what I'm saying, agree, disagree, what you disagree with. I'd like to have the discussion. I spoke to my team also about this today, and my voice is done, boy. It's on its way out. Need to go rest. But I spoke to my team basically about this, and they agreed. I'm willing to explain, so let me give you context. So it's a good size. It reminds me of when Future Survival was doing the changes to their site and only one level was open. If you want, go and have a look at the content. I was there, I posted it, so you can always go and check what I'm saying. So yeah, I feel like it reminded me of that site. I feel like it's weird, because I know some people be like, you're mad to say this, but I feel like their site today is physically better than Future Survival. I feel like where Future Survival might beat them is you've got more options, because you've got the floor, different floors, so downstairs, upper, you got stairs, you got ramp, and you got areas like kitchen. So I feel like that's probably where, in terms of venue layout, they would probably win. In terms of the shop, food facilities and all of that, Edenbridge is definitely winning. Gameplay, everything, marshals, everything, management, everything better there. Better. Even the people that play there, judge me if you want, I don't care, they're better. Like for the first day for us to go in the 5B, right, and we didn't tell nobody we was coming, and we on purposely did it that way to get the rawest vibe possible. Do you get what I'm saying? We even got invited by somebody else, so we weren't even meant to be there. We were going to show up the following week. But so big well done. But what I was saying, 14 players, okay, good off. So it comes down to this. I don't think the site is big enough that if you had more than 14 players, you would have a good time. And let me explain why. We had, don't quote me on this, I think there was 7 and 6. So 13, maybe 10. between 10 and 13 tonight. So, but for me, I feel like that was a good number, because even with the number that we had, 10, 13, whatever it was, there was points that if you never said to your team, let's push, or you'll see it in the first game, maybe the first and second game, even me, I'm hugging the corners, 10 seconds, okay, then I'll move. Oh, I'm gonna hug care for 15 seconds, then I'm gonna move. And with a space that is that small, hugging a corner for 10 seconds or 15 seconds is more, it feels like, to the opposition, and even you sometimes, it feels like you're there for like 10 minutes. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's so small. Whereas there was other games where, I think this was maybe like later on in the second game and more so the third game, there's points were just clear, go back, clear, and even when we're getting hit, we just run back, respawn, come back out, clear, we're moving. We might stop somewhere 8 to 8 seconds, check, but we're moving. So I feel like if you go with players, so yeah, maybe explain what I'm saying. I feel like if you go with players who are constantly moving and refuse to hug corners and refuse to camp, you're gonna have a great day. But I feel like if you go with more than 14 people, or you show up to a walk-on with more than 14 people, and they all play campy, you're not gonna have a good time, because it's gonna be like another. Don't judge me for this, innit? But it's gonna be another Future Survival, because that's Future Survival's major problem. Their players have no etiquette about them, and the way the site is set up, it doesn't force them out of that etiquette. It forces them into the etiquette. They'll camp out the stairs, or camp out the ramp, or they'll sit behind the not containers, the barrels, or in the kitchen window. And don't get me wrong, that's tactical gameplay. I'm not knocking anyone or telling anyone how to play. There's times I play like this. My point is, and you'll see it from the footage today, check my footage, draw me out on it if you want. There's points where camping, like I'm saying, for 30 seconds, 10 seconds, etc. But by the time somebody else clocks us doing it, one of our team, they're like, come, let's run. Or there's even one point, one of the guys on my team, he ain't even with our back, she just tapped me, he's like, right bro, let's go press together. And he just ran off, spun off, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, let me go with him. Do you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, can you just make the game a bit more fun? Because there were several bits, even like I'm saying, when we was coming out of respawn, I've literally taken my first step out of respawn, bam, 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 bam. And you're like, you must have been camping, because for you to see me and I've only just step out of respawn, I haven't even taken a corner, I haven't taken cover, I haven't done shit, and you shot me. And then when you spin and look where the person is, they're literally behind you, and you're like, bro, you literally just killed me there literally 10 seconds ago. I've gone to do my 1-2 whatever Mississippi and come back out and you're in the same spot. So this is something I'm going to pull one of our players about, cause I see him do it. But that's my one thing. That would be my only thing. If it's too many players and they choose, because if everybody's running, it will be busy, bro. It will be fucking busy, but it's still fun. It would still be fun. You'd have a lot of active gameplay, a lot of running back to the respawn, but it would still be fun. But if everybody not everybody, even if some people just choose to camp, it just messes it up. So I'd say, if you want my advice, defo go. Defo fucking worth the visit. But if you're gonna book with a squad of you guys, book 10 and under. You'll see what I'm saying when I get there. If you want, book the 20 and just split into 2 groups of 10 and let one team go in, have a game, the other one come out, go in, come out, because then you can rotate. Because more than 14, I'd say 14 is your limit. You're just not, you'll see when you get there. Because like I said, I don't want it to sound like, oh, I'm just being some up boy, or nah, bro. It's good feedback. I had a great evening, great fucking evening. Like I said, probably the best CQB game of the season. Genuinely. I know we had the Matrix Day and a couple things like that at Future, but I mean, as an all-rounder, not just to be like, oh yeah, we had one good game. No. I mean, as an all-rounder evening, genuinely, and I'm not just saying this, like, you know me, I have no need to cap. It benefits me, it's not my side. Do you get what I'm saying? They treat us well, I will say that. But do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my feedback on Edenbridge. Definitely would go back. Definitely recommend the peeps. At least go once or twice and see what it's like if you're not really a CQBer, because I'm not really huge on CQB myself, and I had a banging time. I prefer like paintball type style fields, or maybe not so much woodlands, but like a grassland type vibe. So something similar to Shipman, something that has like containers and grass and paintball fields. That I'm not gonna lie, that's my forte. I love places like that. So for you to hear me say this about CQB side, they've done something well. Like the hit calling weren't too bad or not, and everybody tend to call their hits. You had one or a few times, which you're gonna have any walk on, where you hear somebody. It didn't really happen to me. Like the hit calling on me today was decent. There was one guy, he did kind of annoy me a little bit, because there was a few times I'm like, bro, I have seen 8 BBs hit you or 4 BBs hit you. How are you not calling this? But it got to the extent with me with stuff like that I just got to a place where I was like, oh, just let them do it. I kind of don't care. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? Because in the long run, the GoPro's here. You're gonna look like an idiot on YouTube. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? It makes good content for me. So yeah, like stuff like that I wouldn't majorly list as a high problem on the list, but I would say it was something that did stand out to me, because I kind of got there and I was like, really guys, we gonna do that like in such a small space? And you will see there's bare times I'm not even sure if I got hit and I was like, yeah, just went out. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you just see me walking back to the respawn section. But yeah, I don't want to give it a rating number now. Let me attend for Airsoft Cowboy's birthday, and then I reckon after that one I can give an actual figure. I probably won't do in-depth feedback like this unless something majorly happened, good or bad. But yeah, I think I would have to see this place one. I would have said 2 more times, but just to be nice, I'll say 1. I need to see at least 1 more time to give a balanced, a valid balanced score. It's all good giving a score, but it has to be balanced and valid. If it's not, kind of got a problem there. So yeah, so that's that. And then the last thing I did want to speak over was Henry's Poseidon, the Avenger Plus. I had a lovely night. To be fair, just go and watch the video. I think that's what I'm gonna say. Just go and watch the video. I would love. Yeah, let me keep this bit short and sweet, because listen to my voice. My voice is going, man, and I think it might be worse to eat some food and go have a shower. I'm almost close to packing away what I need to pack away. Cause I like to just put my stuff away and clean what needs to be cleaned, and if something's broken, I like to at least see it tonight, so I can not wake up and be like, oh, rip my hair out, something's broken. It's kind of like, oh, saw it, I can check a price, see if it's worth replacing or whatnot. But the Poseidon, I have nothing but good things to say at this stage. I think being me, I'm gonna add on a few little things, because there was a few little pointers that stood out to me by the end of the session. But I'd definitely say, if you don't want to tech anything in your life, buy that fucking gun, because you at least gonna get a year and a half out of it, 2 years. For the price you're paying, it's more than worth it if it breaks after 2 years. And I really reckon, I would need to own a Poseidon myself over the course of a year, maybe a year and a half, to give this feedback correct. Because honestly, I've never owned a Poseidon long enough. I've had one for like maybe a month, but I sold it real quick because it wasn't this Poseidon, these new ranges of Poseidon. It was like the original shitty range. So I'd need to own one, and I think over the time Henry has his, I will borrow it and stuff. And I think I might even, that's actually a good point, I'm gonna ask him tonight if I can hold on to the gun for another 4 to 6 weeks, because I would love to game it outdoors, just one game day, because I've had a chance to take it CQB, and whether it's the barrel length of the gun or whether it's the built-in trace or the app support, I found the app support fucking cool earlier. It was so amazing. At one point I was like, oh, my trigger's too light, and I've just gone in the app, budoof. And they're looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing out there? And I'm adjusting my trigger. I've gone back in, had to adjust it all night. So yeah, and I thought, because of the length of the rifle, might as well be in shop while I'm talking about it. I thought, because of the length of the rifle, I thought I was gonna have problems getting around corners. But what I did was I run it on the lowest setting stock-wise, so setting 1, and then at points I was obviously shouldering it like that, and then at points I've got it up here clearing corners, and you'll see in the footage, at points I've got it shouldered like this, and I've got my trigger finger here ready to spam the fuck out of it. So yeah, like it was a ball of a time, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I left CQB today wishing this was my gun, honestly. I have an SG10, I don't even know if that's what it's called, because I always get it wrong, so don't judge me, and plus my brain is tired right now. But you know the gun I'm talking about. It's on charge over there. I'm charging the tracer on it, so I can't even bring it in shot right now. But I left wishing that this was mine. I didn't wish my S. What is the name of the gun? Give me 1 sec, it's gonna do my fucking brain in not knowing it. I was looking at it last night, so I know I can find the name of the gun really, or fairly easily, hopefully. So give me 2 secs, people. I'm so sorry. SSG1. There we are. SSG1. Because I know you guys be listening to this thing. SSG10. That's another rich gun. Okay, boom. So SG10. SSG1. Sorry, man, almost got it wrong again. Tired brain. SSG1. I left not wanting to get rid of that because. Okay, so yeah, let me talk about the things that I didn't like. So I still feel like my SSG1's trigger is better. I've got a max in there, and it's got the Titan Gate. I think it's called Titan Gate Expert. Those two things matched together, you ain't gonna beat that. It's just nice. It's just nice. I'm just gonna leave it there. This is a stock one. The ETU ain't shit, but how would I explain it? It's such a weird thing. You're aware it's not a shit ETU or trigger. You're aware it's a micro switch in there. It's just way too responsive to be no electrical mechanical system, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're aware what's going in there. Because maybe that's what it is. I'm a bougie shooter. I have a SSG1. Do you know what I'm saying? So I know what speed triggers feel like, and I've become so accustomed to them on M4s that there was many times. Well, I shouldn't say many, but there was a few times throughout the evening. It sounds like I'm on auto because the trigger is so light, bro. Damn. It sounded like auto bare times. I've even had to look at the selector switch like, what the fuck is going on here? But it's because the reset, I've got it on the lowest setting. So the moment I lift my finger, and you can literally sit there going like that and feather the fuck out of it. It's quite cool. Quite cool. The one thing I would have said is, unlike when I feather my trigger on the SSG1, there's something about it, you can just feel it. I don't know, maybe it's the cheap ass plastic or whatever it is, but you can just. There was a few times, and remember, I'm in the gloves feeling this. I'm just like, as I'm playing, this is going through my mind. It's like I could just feel it. Like every so often, my brain's going, "Oh, this cheap ass trigger," but it's like my brain's not complaining about it to be like, "Oh, this is shit going on. Oh, shit trigger." My brain's just aware of it because my brain's aware of the SSG1. So if you are used to these kind of triggers, you probably won't care. You think this thing is fucking amazing. And I think I know what my problem is. It's plastic. I'm worried I will snap that. Probably will be hard to, but I'm worried I'll snap it. So maybe that's what it is, because I can feel it. Like every time I click it now, I can almost like feel what I felt earlier. So that's the only thing I would have said. But it feels lovely. I will say that it feels lovely. The way the gun feeds as you're doing it as well, it's such a refreshing feeling, because there's some guns that perform well, but like my SSG does this as well. It's like you're shooting it, but the gun's shooting so right. You're looking at the gun like, oh, am I doing damage here? But the SSG is built to operate like that. You can literally feel the spring operating inside the gun. It's like a baby recoil almost. Whereas with this, I didn't feel like it. It just felt like the gun was flowing like water. So, good stuff to say about it. The built-in tracer, bloody amazing. Bloody amazing. I have no complaints about it. Bright as shit. Follows through. You'll see there's a few times I know people's gonna say, you were misfiring. It wasn't misfiring. What I did, I was a cheeky bastard earlier. And because I knew the players were gonna be half decent when we went there, because COA or Edenbridge or Modern Warriors new site, whatever you wanna call it. Please somebody tell us the name, bro, because I don't even know what to call it. Because I'm aware the players that tend to go there, they're airsoft lovers. They're kind of like me, like they're into airsoft, so you're going to get a certain level of competition. I mixed my BBs with tracers and normals. I didn't cheat. Everything's twos. I kept it from my pistols that I ran to this to when I took the SSG1 to chrono. Everything was twos. So I don't want to hear nobody say I cheated. Everything was twos. But what I did was I mixed tracer BBs and normal BBs, so that like you get one tracer maybe two normals, one tracer. It was so funny because there's points you can see somebody's waiting to see where I'm shooting from, but they're just getting stressed and move on because they can't clock. Because it's like the BBs disappear, but they hear the gun firing and they're getting hit by it, so that it's confusing to their brains. It's so hilarious. I think, not sound horrible, I'm not trying to be nasty in airsoft, but I think that is gonna be the way I run my guns in CQB from now on. It's annoying because every so often, like, you can't see where you're shooting in it. So like you'll see there's some points where I'm shooting at one of the electric targets, and even me, I'm like, fuck you now, I still haven't shot it yet. And the thing is, the gun is quite accurate, but you'll notice the moment the tracer BBs start flowing, I hit it straight away. So yeah, that's more my fault for using the normal BBs mixed in with tracers. And if you see, there's a tracer on the end of the gun, but I genuinely don't have to switch it on all night. Genuinely, all night. Yeah, because that's a good point. It's got a button, and I didn't have to switch on that button. So yeah, that's a good point. The battery didn't finish, and I was running my 650 milliamp, which I found very fucking interesting. Very fucking interesting. Because I ran this for free. Don't quote me on this, but I think I ran this for 3 games. That's really good. It's powering an ETU, it's powering a tracer, it's powering the gun itself, and it didn't finish. 600 milliamp. Brother, I'm quite, and do you know what, just so you guys can see, I'm not capping, I think it's still in there. I'm quite shocked, like, quite shocked. I was quite shocked. Yeah, 600 milliamp. Tiny ass thing. 20C, it performed amazing. I'm actually considering to tell Henry that this is the battery for his gun. Unless he changes out this stock, he's gonna have problems. That's one thing I did say. Oh, I dropped my M4s. Mad. How fun. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there, because I feel like, in all honesty, guys, one last thing, or a few last things. Love this sling point, bloody great investment. It just made life easier when using the gun. I didn't have to attach anything to sling it. And then there was one more thing. The rail is really comfortable, really fucking comfortable. I was concerned about this in the review, but I ran it all night tonight, not one complaint. I wouldn't even put a grip on it. It feels so good. I would like somewhere to put. Do you know one thing I would say? And this is more a me problem, because I know people will give me solutions on YouTube. Most places you go, you need a barrel sock. You know, that little condom that goes over your gun. I struggled to get it to stay on here, and I'll explain why. From here, where is it? From here forwards, there is no place for you to. So, do I have a spare barrel sock around to show you? So I'm going to show you, just so you all know I'm not capping. So this goes over. If Henry didn't put the rails, it would have probably slid over a bit further, so it'd seat better. But that still wouldn't be a solution, because it's not seating tight. It would be loose fit, so anything go like that, it'd pull it back off. So what I was doing today was I was running it like this, and then this was connected to the other side, and I was trying to attach it. So if you look at the length that this should be, what would I attach it to? Some could say attach it under the mag. Well, I'll show you. It literally comes right back off. Do you see what I'm saying? Literally comes right back off, and it just won't stay, because any movement in the gun, that's what it does. I was trying to get it down to the grip. That's how I ended up breaking this, by trying to get it down to the grip. So that's not an option. I think the closest I got to putting this was I ran it around the iron sight. The problem with that is, because the iron sight's plastic, I was concerned what would happen is it would apply too much force this way and bend it and snap it. So I ended up just leaving that in the end and being like, ugh, let me just hold it like this. And at points I've just chucked it in my body gear. I'm like, I've shot out the thing, I've taken out the mag. If this gun shoots, it will shoot me. It's in my body gear. Do you get what I'm saying? So nobody can tell me nothing. So yeah, that's not a major issue. Most airsoft guns have that issue. It's like there's nowhere to put it over. Like, so you're constantly just like, oh, is my barrel sock still on? And it's not really a healthy thing, because it's the one time you forget to check and you squeeze your trigger just out of habit, and ping 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 ping, and everybody's moaning about it now. So that was one thing for me. I was conscious the whole time, just chuck the gun in your body gear to save you having to worry about this problem, which probably ain't the safest thing for noobs. I don't mind getting shot in the titty because of my own dumb mistake. Yeah, so I think that's it for the night. Like, it was a really good night. Well done Edenbridge for treating us good. Well done my squad members that came out, man like Kieran, man like Airsoft Cowboy. It was a good bloody night, and big up Dwayne for bringing Kieran out tonight, because we always appreciate those who support the building of this OneOwe Boys thing, or anyone that just helps this thing become possible. Is that charged? Okay, no, it's still charging. I'm thinking, why is it flashing like that? That is so funny. Imagine I said, is it charged? Yeah. The moment I picked it up, I literally knocked it on the side and it turned blue. Imagine that. Picked it up and it just finished charging as I picked it up. But yeah, I'm gonna call this video here. I need to work out if I'm gonna put this on my mask. I've got an idea. Should I? Do you think it's weird for me to chuck this on my dye mask at the side? Cause I just thought, we was in CQB earlier, and I thought, if I leant out and the strobe was on, you'd kind of be fucked for a second, right? If I leant out and it's right there and it's strobing you, and my gun's right here, blam blam blam, you'd be like, fucking give me a chance. And I also thought, if I'm not allowed to use it in that way strobe, it would be good, because if it's on, wherever I turn my mask, I could see things on the floor. And earlier, there was a guy who almost lost his grenade. There was somebody else who nearly lost, I think, their mag. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So it's handy, especially in these dark CQB sites, to just, as you're walking through, spin through with it. So I was just like, oh, I might chuck this on the other side of my mask, because that might be really handy. So yeah, if not, alternatively, it's going back on the side of the SSG1, because this is basically my flashlight for that gun. Just a bit gutted about it, because that mag feed system, man, genuinely gutted. But I have options. There's another hop-up I've got, like a CNC thing, that I might use that. So put my barrel in that, put my Fortune bucket in that, and try that. So maybe tomorrow. So if you guys see me back on the camera tomorrow, y'all know what happened. I couldn't get the gun to fit, because you just want reliability, man. It's meant to be my main M4, and because I don't necessarily want to have to buy another M4, it just makes sense to get the one M4 in my loadout. And it's TT, bro. ETU, battery consumption, everything's good. It's just this fucking nozzle. I might even just have to buy a cheap one. Not nozzle. I might have to just buy. Yeah, I'll get back to you guys when I find a solution. I'll let you know. Because at this stage, I like it. It's just I need it to feed all the way through. And like I said, it feeds. It's just any mag with short, like not short springs, but any mag with not the strongest spring gets to 100 rounds and just stops feeding. I see this earlier with my Vulcan mag. It just doesn't like it. It will feed like 20 rounds out of it and then it stops feeding, and it's because Vulcan spring, because it's a windy mag, Vulcan spring has, it's just a shit spring. You have to literally wind it all the way for there to be enough tension for it to, not continuous is not the word I'm looking for, but for it to sufficiently feed the BBs all the way through. And then this is the problem with the windies. Because it's on a windy system, the winding is what makes the spring tighter. So by the time you've shot 20 BBs, that pressure or compression is now, rather than it being so tight, it's so loose now. Which means that that next BB probably ain't gonna feed. So, and I know some people are gonna tell me the solution is get a hop up with a long ass lip, but the problem with that is then you cut a percentage of the mags that you can use out of the market, because if the feed lip on that is too long, it won't seat correct, or it will seat too far, meaning that the mag can't get into your chamber and hit the little thing in here that allows it to grab the mag, because there's like a little, this is not a mag video, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So that will be my solution, because like I said, everything else on the gun, let me just show you quick. I think that tracer's finished charging now. But yeah, essentially, Poseidon, just before I go, I just want to game it one more time. I'd like to test it outdoors just to see how how I felt about indoors, I feel about outdoors. I'd also like to work out what is the optimum weight for the gun, because companies love to talk about use 2.5 and use 2s and use this, but is that always the optimum weight? So I kind of want to, I don't want to over game his gun. It's not my gun, innit, at the end of the day, but to be able to talk about something, you need to have experiences with it. So I think I'm gonna, like I said, ask him a bit later and just say to him, Henry babes, can I borrow that gun for maybe another 4 to 6 weeks? I would have said 2 weeks if it was average time period in our season, but we're literally in November. Like, this is the end of the season. We essentially only go out from here into January when we need to. And I think there's like 2 games and they're both indoors, so I'm gonna see if I can convince one of the mandem to come Mayhem or something with me, and we'll test that one more time at Mayhem and give you a feedback there, because I feel like it would be wicked to get feedback on the gun outdoors. Bruv, if you're using this shit indoors, you're lit. You're lit. The only thing I would have said is, and maybe the people watching this video, your suppliers, your wholesalers, send me one. I wish I had the CQB version, because that don't get me wrong, the barrel useful. I made it work. I made it fucking work, and it worked really good. Like, quite a few players come up to me like, "Oh, you're a problem with that M4," and I was like, I kind of thought I was more of a problem with the pistol, but yeah, like, even the fact that they came up to me and said that, I was like, oh, okay, fair. But I would have loved to see the CQB version in that, because it's a CQB site, just to see what that barrel variation length, so that roll, no, I shouldn't say barrel, but yeah, maybe that's the word I'm looking for, what the barrel length in terms of shot variances operates like, and also how it feels clear in these rooms with more movability than what I currently had, because it was really nice. It was light, it was quick. You saw there's points I've rotated, flipped the gun and got the kill, banging. But I would love to see what the CQB version would be like. I would pay good money for that. So, but yeah, without further ado, like, share, subscribe, guys. You can see, brother, I'm up at 324. I love this sport. I love you guys for supporting me. I love my team for coming out and ending their nights late like this with me. Until the next one, like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend, and come and meet us at a site. I want to meet more of my viewers next season. So if you go somewhere we go, hit me with a message, man. Tell me the day you going, and I'll see if I can make that day. I won't make any promises, because brother, it costs pennies to go to these places, innit? But invite us and we'll see which ones we can make. Without further ado, I'm out my OneOwes. Until the next one.
Cheer and all of that. We saying part 20, the finale. Imagining live sessions is done for me. It's crazy. I remember when we recorded part 1, 2 and 3. Remember when we shot the first couple of videos. It's crazy. God is great, eh? Here but I'm gone, guess we rarely speaking. Big Zubber and brown juice, the beat kicks in. Reminisce about old days, the barrel spin. Now I pour out my pain just to see win-win. Pray for them, the next gens, they sin. Go so hard in this thing and have no next of kin. It's so sad in this life, what we do to win. They just lined up a upper, ain't no shape up thing, survival of the fittest. No one showing pity, reporting from a first hand view. I love my city, 12 loco, be circulating. If you slip then they're escalating. Watch your team close, yeah they're penetrating. More time the ones that phony be hesitating. Forever shaking, you a foe if I ain't mistaken. Stayed so loyal to the cause when my back was breaking. Hand on heart, looked me in my eyes but you was faking. Heart was breaking, I was trying to heal cause I was aching. I tell them chase your dreams, build this music, it's a faith thing. Battles with my anger trying to